The other day I woke up feeling a little bad about the last overview because I felt I didn't go in depth as much as I wanted to, and I stumbled my way through it, but I wanted to make up for it in some way. So I said to myself, okay, let me check the views on this last video, and if there's 400 views, I'll write a script for the next one and stick to it. So I looked it up, and there's like over 400 views, and I was shocked. So I got up at 8:30 in the morning and updated all the mods and started getting to work on Pam's HarvestCraft 2. Now, what is Pam's HarvestCraft? Well, Pam's HarvestCraft used to be this large mod that changed the way you see and craft food in Minecraft, adding like 80 new crops, new fruit trees and fish, as well as adding over like 1,000 new items. Since then, the mod has been rebooted into 4 separate files, focusing on vanilla food recipes, trees, crops, and the HarvestCraft food recipes. However, all of them need the food core file in order to run it. Before downloading HarvestCraft though, I would also recommend downloading Cooking for Blockheads, which allows you to make a full-on kitchen with a cooking table, which allows you to make any kind of food recipe in the game just by clicking on it. So if you have the recipe in your person, it starts making it. I also have a mod called Apple Skin that allows you to see the hunger and regeneration, or whatever it's called, of the food that you're eating. So I would recommend getting these first or after. I mean, it's a recommendation. Hey, I can't say what to do. I will say this though, the mod alters world generation in a small way. So if you have an already large and expanded and explored world like I do, you're probably not going to run into the trees or the crops or anything you need. Which is why I highly recommend getting Farming for Blockheads, which allows you to put down this guy who allows you to purchase seeds and saplings of any kind. So if you can't find any of the saplings or trees or seeds or anything like that, you can just go to this guy, put in, I'm guessing, what is an emerald or something, and trade it with him, and you get the things that you want. So that's always good. Anyway, let's move on to the first part of the mod, which is Food Core. So Food Core is the main mod here that you're going to need for the other mods. It's essentially the base file, and it comes with a lot of interesting things. But all this one does is add 120 plus food recipes using the vanilla food items, so like milk, chicken, raw beef, carrots, etc. You're able to craft stew, fries, bacon, eggs. I mean, look, you got bacon and eggs, you got a chocolate pudding with cocoa, you got scrambled eggs, there's just fried eggs, ground fish, ground meat of all kind, you got pot roast stock. The list is almost endless. There's a lot of stuff here. Potato chips, marshmallows, all stuff from the base game. Most of the new recipes can be eaten, others are just ingredients like vinegar and cooking oil, and where's the sugar, salt, flour. Yeah, all this stuff you can't really eat, but it goes well and you can make something out of it. Next is trees, which adds 49 naturally occurring trees that spawn in different biomes. You're able to harvest the fruit or nuts from these trees by using an axe and right-clicking on them when they are fully ripe. To make a tree of your own, all you gotta do is place a fruit or nut and a tree sapling in a crafting bench or table like this. You got a sapling that you can place down and you can start growing your own fruit. Nice. Once the tree is fully grown though, it may take some time for the fruit on it to ripen, but once it's ripened, you're able to just right-click it and harvest from it like so. I really love this mod, specifically for the apple tree, because apples are normally hard to get with trees if you just kind of knock them all down. But you can just right-click all of them and look at that, 10 apples, 11 apples already. You're never gonna get that in vanilla Minecraft like that. It's perfect. And of course, with these fruits, you're able to use them in recipes that come with Food Core, not just the one that comes in Food Extended, which we'll talk about at the very end here. And for the sake of showing you where they spawn in biomes, I regenerated the world using the seed that was on my current world to show you where the trees actually grow. So we're in the jungle biome right now, and we have a walnut tree, an apple fruit tree. I'm guessing that's orange. This is pistachio, and looks like one already fell. And then we have whatever this one is up here. But yeah, they do spawn in biomes, and you just gotta be on the lookout for them. They're not too hard to find. The trees are they stand out pretty well. Now on to crops. Crops behave almost exactly the same as the trees do in the fact that they spawn in biomes, and they spawn in biomes in blocks called gardens. Now this is a tropical garden, and there are 6 different gardens that yield their own type of crop, so be on the lookout for them. In the tropical garden, it seems to drop arrowroot, coffee beans, I can't pronounce that, grape, and taro. And I don't believe that's all of them. That's just what I was given in this one specific thing. Oh, wait. Oh, look at that. And we got ginger, too. So yeah, be on the lookout for gardens because each one of these spawn different types of food. And when I say different types of food, there is a lot of food. They're mostly vegetables stemming from tomatoes, cotton, grapes, raspberries, spinach. There's a whole ton of vegetables to choose from. When you harvest them from the gardens, you're only going to get one, but just take that one that you have, place it in there, and then you get a seed. And once that seed is fully matured, you're going to get a good yield from these that you can create more. So you can have a cotton farm, you can have a kale farm, grape farm, parsnip, any kind of farm you want. It just takes time. It crafts the same way that a pumpkin or a beetroot is. Like a beetroot seed, pumpkin seed, just place them in the crafting bench and you get the seed for it. Now, all these crops and trees are good, but what else can you do with them? Well, that's where food extended comes in. So I'm going to go back over to the cooking table, and as you can see, because I have grapes in here, we have new options. So there's grape jelly, we have grape soda, grape juice. I'm experiencing a bug where even though I have the tomatoes and I have the vinegar, even though the recipe doesn't really require it, I'm unable to make ketchup, and I think that's more or less because cooking for blockheads, you know, is like that. Another thing that comes with this mod are these mixing bowls, cutting boards, and grinders and all this stuff that you can use to cook the different types of food. That comes in Food Core. But with all this stuff in Food Extended, you're able to make more food types with it. And of course, they all have their different food regenerations and energy ratings. If I sort this, the current thing that I can make that's great is stew, which is the greatest thing you could possibly make. Look at the food. Look at the food. And of course, you don't need cooking for blockheads to make this. All you need is a crafting bench and the tools that are required to you, and you can make them there. I just have cooking for blockheads because it makes it easier for me to just go and click, and it pulls everything from the cabinets, the fridge. It just makes this a whole lot more simple. And that's essentially Pam's HarvestCraft 2. I'll leave the experience up to you, but my experience has been pretty great with this mod, or mods, I guess. You luckily don't need all of the mods to run it, except for the Food Core pack. You're going to need that to run all of them, but you don't need every single one of them, which is great because it makes it easy for the sake of stability and mod conflict. The mods I've shown off and recommended are in the description as always, and thank you guys for watching. These mod reviews do very well on my channel. I'm glad you like them. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe if you don't want to. I do other videos on the channel besides Minecraft, and I don't want to fill up your subscription with stuff that you're not interested in, but a like on the videos, appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you guys. Have a good one, I guess.